Okay, quick story time. This is something that I get asked about a lot, whether it's day to day or by random people like on Facebook or, anything. Just anyone I know always asks me, or even just people like I pass by at the grocery store will ask about like the length of my hair and like, oh, your hair's so long. So here's how long my hair is. So it's down my back. It just reaches the top of my butt. It's like at my pants line. Um, my hair used to be super long. So whenever people say like, "Oh, your hair's so long. Wow, that's amazing." This is not really short to me anymore. For a long time I was like, "Wow, really like that's short to me." Because for a long time it was stuck at like um probably like mid boob, for lack of a better word. It was stuck at a certain length for a long time. So it was probably like at my elbow for the longest time, I guess you could say. It is finally like starting to grow again and kind of get back. I wanted to kind of finally tell sort of a story of my background because I have tried to not really go into my background too much about like family drama and stuff. I don't want to put that on blast or anything like that. It's not something that I want to have out in the open for like the world to potentially see. Like it's not like, I have like what 30 something subscribers, so it's not like the world is viewing my videos, but there is that potential. Like anyone in the world could see that, and if I yeah, if I want someone to know something that kind of deep, it's something that like I would want to tell in person. Like I only tell like people that are close to me about things like this. So basically I had a pretty rough past, which everyone does. But my kids do not know of my biological father, like know of his existence at all. My dad, person I call my dad, is who Emily calls Papa, and that's who she knows is my dad and her grandpa. Like she has no idea that he's not my biological father, or that there is like some person out there that is my biological father and any of that nonsense. And I want to keep it that way. Maybe when she's older and ready to kind of understand sort of how the world works sometimes and just like different things, maybe we'll kind of open it up and I'll talk to her about it. But it's not something that she needs to know, especially at this young age. There's no reason for me to need to bring that into her life or have her worry her little tiny head about it. So there's nothing that she can really understand right now. So I'm not putting that on her right now. So, because I don't want her getting all curious and well this, well that, well da, 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 like all that. So, anywho, moral of the story is I grew up, I had to live at my biological father's house, and he had this girlfriend for the majority of the time, or like the entire time that I lived with him, which I moved out a week before I turned 18. I got out as soon as I could. It was a week before I turned 18, and basically in attempt to like spoil my plans and whatever, because I had like some big great escape planned and blah blah blah. Like there was a lot of planning. He was just like a week early. He was just like, "I know you packed all your stuff. Do you want to just go?" And I was like, "Yeah, bye." That's all I'm gonna say on that. But I lived there until basically I turned 18. So when it was a week before I turned 15. No. A week before I turned 15. Yeah, a week before I turned 15, his girlfriend made me get a, sorry, my garage light turned off on me. She made me get a haircut. My hair at that time used to go down like mid-thigh. It was almost to my knee. And my hair, my entire life was like my thing. It was like my security blanket. It was just, that was just my thing. Long blonde hair was my thing. It's like, and it was naturally blonde. In our family, in my family, we have like blonde hair as babies, and then as you get older, it turns like dark brown or whatever. Well, my hair was like a dirty blonde, and you can see it's brown now. Like, these are my roots, but it's not like a dark, it's not as like black brown as like my biological father. But yeah, I mean, you can see it's brown. There's no denying that. Well, it had been blonde. It was like a light dirty blonde, up until this haircut. And I'm not talking a haircut. I'm saying that it was like a Cinderella story, and I'm not even going to go into all of the drama, but I'm just like giving you guys a sort of like a hint into it. It was kind of like a Cinderella thing with her, and like she was terrible. She made me get my hair cut from mid-thigh all the way down there. It didn't even touch my shoulder anymore. It was like to here. I'll find a picture and I'll post it. I'll see what I didn't really take many pictures because I literally cried my eyes out like every single day over this. I was so horrified at what it looked like once it got cut, and I hated it for years. It has taken, since then, I am now 24 and a half years old, so it's been almost 10 years, and it's finally, I haven't had any drastic cuts or anything. I've had it trimmed maybe, yeah, like I'd say less than a handful of times, but like a handful of times. It's been just a little trim because I'm like terrified of ever getting it cut again because I want it to be long, and it's finally reaching my pants line. 10 years. My hair, I used to get haircuts every like 6 months or so, and it would be like down to my waist, and I would get it cut like up to my elbow or something like that, and it would grow back super quick, you know, and we would do this every 6 months. But for 10 years, it took to grow from right here. Like, I ran my fingers through my hair. It was still wet after the lady cut it. And the lady who cut it, oh my God, I wanted to strangle someone. I'm sitting here, devastated, don't want this haircut, being forced to do it because you're not 18, you don't get to decide anything, blah, blah, blah. She's cutting my hair when I don't want this haircut, and she's chopping it off and talking about, oh, some lengths are just not sexy, and yeah, your length was just not sexy, and da da da. Lady, I'm 14 years old. You don't need to tell me, my hair does not need to be sexy, first of all. Second of all, I don't even want this haircut, so don't be sitting here trying to like, yeah, your hair looks like crap, and let me just chop it all off. Just do it and get it over with, because I don't even want this done in the first place. So just get it over with. Like, I am so done right now. So, anywho, we got it cut, and it immediately turned brown, like the dark brown that it is now. And my hair used to be like perfectly pin straight. It was, my hair was just always straight, you know, like if you braided it, it would be wavy or whatever, and my hair's pretty straight, like you can see that, but now it's got like a wave in it, and that's cool. Like, this wave is mostly because I had it twisted up in a bun earlier, but so I have straight hair, obviously, but my hair had been like pin straight before, like it was like there's nothing to it. And once we had that cut, the entire left side of my hair had one big curl that like no matter, I had like one of those flat like square like rectangle flat back brushes that I would like blow dry my hair against to like straighten it out, and it like the curl would not come out, and it went brown, and like it was just, I don't know, it was just like my whole world changed because like that was everything to me. It was like my hair. I used to run my fingers through my hair all the time. I used to like do this number all the time. Just, I don't know how, if I can do it right now. It's all tangly. But I would always just be running my fingers through my hair just like this. And I remember my cousin went with me for this haircut. And she and I were always like frenemies, but like really close, you know. And she went with me because she was over at our house for like the summer or whatever it was, or the school break, or you know, whatever it was. I don't remember. So she went with me, and I went to ask her like how it looked because I hadn't seen the full thing. I was like, "Is it really that bad?" And I didn't even finish the sentence because all the hair just fell out of my fingers by right here, and I just started crying. Oh my God, I will never forget that. And it has taken almost 10 years to finally, it's starting to get long again, and I'm finally comfortable with my hair. Like that was a big deal. I don't care who out there, if you're watching this and you think, "Oh, it's just hair, it grows back," and oh, whatever, like why am I making a fit over a big deal? It's been almost 10 years and I'm still not over it. It was a big deal. My hair was a big deal to me. Regardless of how I've never been one to be like, "Oh yeah, my looks are everything." Like I don't care. Obviously you can see me, I'm a hot mess. But it was still like, that was my comfort thing. And that was like, that was something that made me feel good about myself, was my hair. Like not everyone has crazy long hair. And that was like my thing, you know. It was like, and it was something that I shared with my mom. Like my mom always had really long hair, and I think that's why I always like kept it like that, or wanted it like that. It was my mom and I were always super super close, and that was just, I don't know, it was just kind of something between us, and they always obviously tried to like rip us apart. But point being, you don't just do that. That was a big deal, and I cried every day. Every day. It was horrific, and I will never cut my hair that big of a cut. Like I don't know if I'll ever do it. I can't say never, but like I really really do not foresee it happening, because I'm just like, nope, letting it grow forever now, never gonna cut it again. Like nope. And I'm definitely like, we haven't even trimmed Emily's hair yet. She's gonna be 4 next month. Like we're letting her, like when she's old enough, like in the next few years or whatever, when she's old enough and decides if she wants to cut her hair, like sure, we'll get it cut how she wants it. But I will never force her to get a haircut that she doesn't want, because that's not my, I don't think that's my place to force that on her. You know, like I can talk to her about something, and I can, like, if they would have come at me and been like, "Hey, you know, like I think you should do this," or "Hey, like you should do this," or blah 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 blah. But don't force it on me. And that was just a big thing, was they were all about like forcing things. But like, my point being, that was a huge thing, and it still bothers me. And I think I should mention that said biological father had long hair. Like I'm talking mid-back mullet hair, like the short, I think he called them roost or something. I don't know. It was like he would like blow dry his bangs. They were bangs. He would deny it, but they were bangs. He had like short hairs that were like this long, and then he would like blow dry them. So it was like that like 80s poof thing right here, and put the rest in like this ponytail at the bottom, just right at the bottom of his head, and it hung down to the middle of his back. I don't want to put a picture of him on here, but I kind of want to, just to show you how ridiculous he looked. But I don't have any photos of it, I don't think. And I also just don't want to like put him out there and like whatever. Point being, don't come at me when you look ridiculous. All I'm gonna say. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of tell a story of like how my hair is like when people tell me like, oh my god, your hair's so long. I'm just like, if only you knew. Because I don't tell anybody really that, you know, like, oh, it used to be long, or that's the most I'll say is like, oh, it used to be way longer, growing it out again. But like, if you're close to me, I'll tell you and be like, yeah, so this happened and it was great. Just kidding, I hated it. But yeah, please don't do this to your kids. It's not pleasant. It's hair. Don't force things on anyone, honestly. Garage light. Anyway, just don't force things on people. Whew. I'm walking into stuff and getting all freaked out. Just don't force things on people. Like, stuff that doesn't matter especially. That's all I'm gonna say.